Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Katie Michaelis. Thank you so much for being here. In today's video, I have some really exciting news that I cannot believe I am finally sharing with you guys, and that is that today I am launching my very own freelance makeup business, Makeup by Katie Michaelis. I'm so excited to be starting this new makeup journey and to take my makeup from on me and online to you guys and to be a part of your special day. Something that I'm so proud of and that I cannot wait for you guys to see is my website, which I will go ahead and leave a link down below. I would love for you guys to go check it out, to tell your friends. That would mean so much to me. There you will find all the information that you'll need to know, as well as the exciting news that I will be offering makeup application at my very own studio. It's something that I have been working on and renovating for months now, and I love the space. It is so beautiful, it is so light and open, and I can't wait to hopefully see some of you guys there. To celebrate the launch of my business today, I wanted to do a client makeup tutorial for you. So I really hope that you enjoy it. Be sure to let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments, and if you would like to see more client makeup tutorials in the future. Before you leave, be sure to subscribe to my channel, check out my Instagram, which is also linked down below, as well as my new website. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
And action.
So I'm here with my good friend Bianca, aka Greek Goddess. So today we're going to be doing a special occasion evening glam look. So a warm brown smoky eye, a gold half cut crease, a little bit of shimmer. As you can see, she currently has no makeup on, a natural beauty. So let's just go ahead and jump right in.
Let's get to it.
Let's go.
Woo.
Starting with a clean, fresh face. If I haven't had a trial prior to the event date with my client, I like to start off by discussing their skin type. Bianca wasn't sure what skin type she had, so with clean fingers, I felt her skin and asked if she had any skin concerns. From this discussion, I was able to determine that Bianca has a combination skin. She says she gets oily in her T-zone. However, coming into the colder seasons, her skin is feeling quite dry. She said her skin was currently feeling tight due to this dryness, so I went in with the Amber Release moisturizer to sit and really hydrate the skin as I apply makeup on the eyes. And pampering her skin before going in with foundation and powders is going to ensure for a flawless base. I like to start with the eyes first, and the first step I like to do is tight line the eyes using the Inglot eyeliner gel and the Zoeva fine liner brush. I asked Bianca to look down and in the opposite direction of where I'll be applying the product, and I like to do this step first as I really want to lift up her lid using my thumb for easier application, and if I do this after the eyeshadow, we may mess up some of the eyeshadow look. Tight lining the eyes is going to create the illusion of thicker, fuller lashes and help blend the lash band of the falsies that we'll be applying later on. I'm applying the P. Louise base in the shade 2 all over her lids using the Morphe M224 brush. I'm applying a fairly generous amount to ensure we have a clean canvas for the shadows, and this base is really going to help intensify the pigmentation of the shadows and help them last throughout the day. Today I'll be using the Morphe 3502 palette, which has beautiful warm brown shades, and starting off with the shade Rich, which is the darkest shade we'll be using today. On the Morphe Y15 brush, I'm using tapping motions to really pack this shade in her outer corner. I'm using my thumb to gently lift up her lid to ensure that we have even application of this shade. And I'm going to gradually blend this shade into her crease towards her inner corner. And now taking the shade Spice on the Morphe Y18 brush, I'm going to be repeating the exact same steps just above the previous shade. And this is why we started with the eyes first, so we don't have to worry about any fallout on the face. We can just go in with a cotton tip and some makeup remover to clean up under the eyes and to help create a cleaner, sharper edge to the eyeshadow. With the shade ORB and a fluffier brush, so this is the Morphe Y17 brush, I'm going in and diffusing any harsh edges and just buffing out the eyeshadows to help create a softer, more smoky feel to the look. Time to create this half cut so I'm going back in with more of the P. Louise base, and I'll be following her natural crease shape, however applying this just above her natural crease to allow for more lid space to work with. And throughout this process, I was constantly asking Bianca to open her eyes and look straight so that I could ensure that I had cut the crease in the correct area. You know, it wasn't too high or too low when she had her eyes open. I'm then applying the base on the lid just to help give me a better idea of the finished look and to ensure that I'm happy with the shape. I'm using a technique that you've seen here on my channel many times before that I love. So going in with some makeup remover on a cotton tip, I'm removing all of the base on her lid so we have a fresh, clean canvas for the next shadows. And creating a clean base to work on is going to ensure that we have no eyeshadows peeking through when we go in and apply the lid shade. Back in with Rich, which is the darker shade we've used. I'm applying this around the edges of the cut crease to help create more definition and depth to the look. Now back in with the P. Louise base and with the Morphe M22 brush, I'm going to diffuse the harsh line between the base and the shadows. With a very light hand, I'm picking up more of the shade ORB and just popping it on the lid to help set that base and ensure that we aren't going to crease, as we will be going in with a liquid eyeshadow next. And now for that eye-catching gold lid, I'm taking the Kathleen Lights X Colourpop Supernova Shadow in Astrology and using the Morphe M124 brush to apply this all over her lid, and oh my goodness, how beautiful is this shade. With a fluffy brush, I'm applying that shade Spice on the very edges of that liquid eyeshadow to diffuse harsh lines and just to create a seamless blend. I really wanted that lid to pop and make a statement, so I applied the Too Faced Glitter Glue before applying the Lit Cosmetics Metal in the shade Glisten Gold on top of that liquid eyeshadow using the Morphe M166 brush. And back in with some makeup remover on a cotton pad to clean up any fallout. Back in with that Inglot Gel Liner and Zoeva Fine Liner brush that we used earlier, I'm creating a thin line, and for this step I asked Bianca to look down to ensure that there were no folds or little creases in her eyes that can sometimes appear when the eyes are closed. When creating a little wing, I asked Bianca to look straight so that I could follow an imaginary line going up from the edge of her bottom lash line. I asked if she was comfortable for me to curl her lashes, and she was, so I gave them a quick curl before taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and applying generous coats using a disposable makeup wand. For lashes today, I wanted a style that was wispy and long but not too dramatic, so I took the Model Rock 266 lashes with some duo fiber glue, and I'm applying that as close to her natural lashes as possible. And I'm using a false lash curler to help blend the falsies into her natural lashes. Then doing final little touch-ups, so applying some more liner over the lash band and using a cotton tip to sharpen up the edge of that liner. Moving on to Bianca's face, I'm taking the Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Complexion Primer and buffing this into her skin to blur any imperfections and to create a flawless base for the foundation. She still had a little bit of redness on her cheeks, so I took the Stila Cosmetics One Step Correct Primer and buffed this on the apples of her cheeks to help color correct that redness. I'm taking the Milani 2-in-1 foundation in warm beige and mixing in some of the Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops in Sunlight and buffing that in using a beauty blender. I love this foundation, it sits beautifully on all skin types, and mixing in some of those Cover FX drops is going to create a nice dewy, glowy skin look. Bianca has beautiful skin, so I didn't want to add any more coverage with concealer, but I took the RCMA palette to brighten under her eyes and down the center of her face to add dimension. I'm taking the Laura Mercier translucent powder and starting by setting under her eyes before setting the rest of her face to ensure that those liquids won't move or budge throughout the day. I'm applying Benefit Cosmetics Hoola Bronzer in the hollows of her cheeks to define and sculpt them. I'm applying Anastasia's Powder Bronzer in Rosewood above that contour and around the perimeters of Bianca's face to warm up her complexion. With this deep, dusty pink shade from the Morphe 39 palette, I'm applying this to the apples of her cheeks using the Morphe E4 brush to add a flush of colour. I'm taking this gold shade from the Colourpop Crush on You palette and applying it on the high points of the cheekbones as well as above the brow. For brows, I'm taking the Chi Chi Brow Pomade in Black Brown on the Morphe M158 brush, and Bianca already has the most beautiful full brows, so I really didn't have to shape them, just filling in any sparse areas. At the beginning of her brows, I'm using feather-like strokes to mimic brow hairs. I'm taking the Benefit Cosmetics Gimme Brow Plus in the shade 6 to add to the fullness of her brows and to set the hairs into place. Onto her lower lash line, I'm using that same gel liner and lining her waterline to help intensify the look. I'm using a flat brush to apply the darkest shade we've used, so Rich, as close to her waterline as possible, and then using the shade Spice to buff it out. I'm applying more of that Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara to her lower lashes on another disposable makeup wand. I'm taking the Australis Girl Boss Lip Cream in the shade Hustle. And this is a beautiful warm brown glossy shade, and I think this really topped off the look. I then used the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Spray to set the makeup to ensure that it's going to last throughout the day. And here we have it. I love you guys and I appreciate all of your support, and hopefully I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.